Mildred, and I'm commonly referred to as a bookworm.
I'm top of my class. Straight A's all the way. School is like heaven for me academically and socially. I'm borderline obsessed, to tell the truth. I like hunting, fishing.
Look at this great big bugger!
You know, stuff of adventures.
You don't
Talk like a normal child. I know.
Hello. Mildred, it's me, your dad. I just flew halfway across the world to be with you, little lady.
Great.
Part of the whole thing is Elijah and I, me scaring him by sending text of images of ideas. But we had a great wardrobe and hair and makeup team that we work with who are legends. And at one stage we went through with Steph. I was like I want the eyebrows of this, the goatee of this. Yeah. And, you know, it's like bits of
putting all these elements.
A bit of Chris Angel here, a bit of Johnny Depp, a bit of what's that guy? I keep naming people who are cancelled, but that guy who played the Flash.
Oh right, yeah, I can't remember his name.
But so, and it was like a sort of mishmash of those, and the whole idea was like, you know, it was like if Chris Angel had to start doing corporate gigs, how would it sort of be? Maybe he had all the tats lasered off, and it's like his star was diminishing, but he still sort of retained the kind of hold on to some of the old ways. But it just had to kind of also feel real and not too. It's that line between exaggeration and cartoon. So
totally, it's and both of the times we've collaborated, the aesthetic always starts in an extreme, and then it becomes a sort of breaking down of that extreme to something that feels still quite unique within the context of the world, but also believable. And just sort of finding that balance, you know, which is so much fun. And the costuming for this, I mean, our costume designer was fantastic, and the options were sort of spot on really quickly. But it was a blast to put all that together, because that's really where, for me, that's half of the job of the character, is how he looks and how he presents. And then, you know, throughout the course of the film, he gets sort of stripped down and more vulnerable. I did sit with a magician for about a month prior to flying to New Zealand. This guy, Mike Pisciata, who's amazing. He's the only resident, on staff at the Magic Castle in Los Angeles, because it's typically a revolving door of amazing magicians. But he's one of the best close-up magicians that there is. And I got the privilege of getting to sit with him for a couple hours every week for, about a month. And the main thing was not, because there aren't any tricks in the film that are actually real specific tricks that we had to make look real and that I had to learn. So the main concern I had was just dexterity. Card dexterity looked like I knew what I was doing, holding them, shuffling them. And so that's really what we practiced. Quite simple, I didn't actually really learn a trick. But just sitting with him and seeing how he handled cards was so incredible and also intimidating. But it definitely gave me the kind of foundation.
I kept sending him crazy.
Oh my god!
Instagram magicians hey, can you look at this one? See how you can do this.
For the few months prior, he was sending me these incredible, intricate tricks. You could learn these, right? And I was in the middle of production on something else, and I was like, I don't have time. This is...
We auditioned 300 kids, and she was, this weird thing is I had actually seen her in another low budget indie called North Spur, and she was 7 or 8 when she was in that, and she was kind of someone that you clocked, you know, oh, she's kind of cool and interesting, and then so it was a surprise, and when she came on the short list, because I watched every audition. And then we were talking to our casting directors and the agents as well, and they were saying you should really check out now. She's going to be a superstar, and I was like, that's what everyone says about every kid actor on their books. But then checked Nell out, and she was phenomenal. And so then we got down to the nitty gritty, and did a chemistry read with.
And she'd been in Evil Dead as well.
And she'd been in Evil Dead Rise, and at that stage, when we got down to like final selection, I talked to Lee Cronin, the director of Evil Dead Rise, just because of the demands of that role is tough for any 11-year-old to be on screen every frame for the entire shoot.
And it's so verbose, there's so many words, and
yeah,
she really, the actress has to lead the film, truly.
And lives or dies really with that
yeah.
performance. And so Lee just said, she's incredible. She's not going to waver. She'll have the endurance to do what she needs to do, and she's incredibly smart. She is, because I was telling him about the character.
Yeah.
Because, she's a bookworm.
She's all those things.
She is that.
Yeah.
So it didn't take long, and then when she was doing some reads with Elijah, there was like similarities as well, just even in terms of like they look like maybe they're related, which helped a lot. And it was just really warm, and it just felt right. And she turned out to be incredible. And then look where she's gone now. It's like Stranger Things. And
I'm sorry for the whole absent father thing. What's this?
This is the Canterbury Panther. No one's ever caught definitive proof.
I could take you.
We leave at first light. Hey, stick with me. You'll be fine.
You know where you're going, right?
So, what does the average day for an illusionist look like?
I do appearances.
Wow.
You think it's easy making 100 balloon animals for Vin Diesel's kids?
What the hell is a Vin Diesel?
That's so interesting. I mean, I never feel like the elder in that regard. And I've worked with a few kids over the years. And I don't know, I see other actors, regardless of their age, as just peers. And I'm there as a support, as just another cast member. And so, never offering advice or even really feeling paternal necessarily, but just rather, I think my role is always just, I'm a member of the team, and you're a member of the team too, and I want you to feel, whoever you are, as comfortable as possible, and we're in this together. And so that's where I really feel my sense of responsibility is, it's the two of us, this is a two-hander, we're a team doing this together, and whatever you need from me. But she came to the table so unbelievably prepared, and so professional, and so aware of the process, and also just brought an energy of delightfulness to all of us that was just infectious,
Yeah, she wasn't intimidated at all, being
No.
the only kid in the entire crew in the wilderness.
Not at all.
And she never once saw that she was nervous or, she just dominated, really. She was giving me script notes straight away. She knew every line in the script.
She'd memorized
the entire script inside and out.
Yeah.
She's truly like a unique, brilliant young woman.
And you factor in, so there's just the work, right? So the a fair amount of dialogue for her and for us. So there's that, and the character that has to sort of lead the storytelling. That's a responsibility in and of itself. And then you put that on its legs outside in weather and conditions of being 90% of the movie was shot outside.
That was going to be one of my questions too.
And some of the conditions were we lucked out. We didn't have a ton of rain. I think we only did wet weather cover once, which is miraculous. But we were still out there, and it was cold, and so to put her through that, and for her to be so resilient and strong, that was almost more impressive. She was extraordinary. Like, we were tromping up massive hills to get to certain locations that were remote, and she just always had this great, big sort of can-do attitude and smile on her face. It was amazing.
Yeah, I felt like it's such a scumbag in a couple of we joke about that it's part of a loose trilogy called the Trembling Man trilogy. So that would be ideal if there's enough time left on my clock. I'd love to do another one. It would be so much fun.
It would be a blast.
Yeah.
I heard a creepy sound.
Really? You're 42, Dad?
What did I ever do to you?
Most daughters see their dads more than once a decade.
Mildred,
It's all right to be scared.
I'll look after you. Go, go, go!
You can't do it!
Yes, you can! Nice kitty. Okay, that's officially the craziest thing I've ever seen.
I know. I'm pretty dressed too. So, can I make one thing perfectly clear?
What's that?
This tent is a fart-free zone. Clear?
Clear.
Good.
I'm so sorry.
Christ.